Right, the last tutorial for now is the auto wilding or auto cresting tutorial. Basically, it's very similar in setup to the auto barbing, it's just it requires an extra step or two. So the first thing you do, this is to auto crest. This is how you can get your crests and your seals. You cannot get them through barb camps, they have to be through wild. So the first thing you need to do is once again go into your bot tab. Then you click on your search tab. You want to change your barb camps there to wilderness. That's what the wild stands for. Select your city where your troops are kept and set your radius. Again, I use 30, but trial and error, see what works best for you. I am cresting level 8 wilds at the moment because the crest that I'm after you can only get from level 8 to 10. So I'm using 8s at the moment. Set there, you can set it to all. Some people think that plains are the best because you only use plains for building a city on, they've no other use, so people don't tend to use plains. So some people suggest that plains are best for auto barbing because less people attack them. Auto cresting, sorry, because less people attack them, but whatever, I just leave it at all. And then you've got more to choose from. Sort by distance doesn't matter. Make sure you've got unowned only. That is extremely important because you can get the alliance into trouble, you know, attacking wilds that are owned by people. I've done it myself a couple of times. It's all by accident. What can happen is you can tick unowned only and set it all up and then leave it to auto crest, and between adding the coordinates of an unowned wild, somebody could capture the wild, make it theirs, and then you end up attacking an owned wild, which it's just unfortunate timing. There's nothing you can do about that whatsoever, but make sure you select that to make it easier. Sort by distance doesn't matter, and then once it's finished, it's found 182, so I'm going to just stop it for now. So you can stop it or you can leave it to finish, whatever. Select coordinates only for this one, because if you remember the barbing one, you get an export to oh, it's refreshing now. If you remember the barbing one, you get an export to KOC attack tab there, which you don't get with the cresting because it's, like I say, a little bit harder to set up. Sorry, I'm just going to have to do it again. It'll take a second. I'll just wait for a few to come up and show you how to do it. It's very simple, really. Like I say, it's the same as the barbing, it's just an extra step or two. Right, that'll do for now. So you want to select then coordinates only, and then as you see, everything disappears apart from the list of coordinates, which are hyperlinked, so you can click them and it'll take you to it on the map, but you don't need to do that. What you do need to do is highlight all of, or as many of the coordinates as you want. Oops. And then right click and copy. And then you can get rid of that. You don't need that search tab anymore. What you do need to do now is go into the city that you selected in the search tab when you selected it from your city there. So in my case, all my troops are in city 1. So you go to city 1 on the tabs and you select your rally point. You march troops. Right, now what you're doing is you're going to set up the first wave. So for level 8 barbs, it's all different, and you can see it in that message that I showed you in the barbing tutorial. It's all different, but for level 8 barbs you want 299 militiamen for the first wave with 1 ballista. Then what you do, that's your first wave, so that's your suicide wave, which is why you need so many militiamen, because they all die for every single barb you attack, every single wild you attack. 299 and 1 ballista die. What you want to do then is click bulk add coords down there, and this little box will pop up. Now for the suicide wave, you want to select overwrite existing attack. You must select wilderness, otherwise it will not work, and then click this is an initial suicide wave. Then you click into your box, right click it, click paste, and then it puts all the coordinates in that you copied from the search tab over here. And then you just click bulk add, and then it should come up with a box saying bulk added, and then however many coordinates you added. Then you want to close down. Some say you have to, some say you don't, but I always close down the rally point and then just open it straight back up again. Click march troops again. Now you want to configure the second wave. In the second wave for level 8s, you don't need any militiamen, you need 10,000 archers and you need 1,000 ballistas. And then so once you've got your troops set up there, you click on bulk add coords again. Now this is the main wave, this is not an initial suicide wave, so you do not want to overwrite it, otherwise it will take out all the suicide waves. You do not want to tick that because it's not an initial suicide wave, but you must click wilderness once again, otherwise it won't work. Right click in your box, click paste, bulk add. These are the same coordinates, they must be the same coordinates that you used for the first time. That's added the coordinates, it says it hasn't, but it has done really. Right, so then all you do, again if you look in there, there are the coordinates that I've just added. So you'll see there, I mentioned in the in the barbing tutorial that this column wasn't used in that section, but it is now. You'll see because we've sent a first wave, which was a suicide wave, and it knows that because we checked the box that said this is a suicide wave. So in there, it's telling you that you're sending 299 militiamen and 1 ballista. This is the main attack piece, which is 10,000 archers, 1,000 ballistas. Again, you can click on a box and delete it or whatever. You can edit your own cities and wilds and crests and things. Now you click on your options, and remember, if you've only been barbing, you will have something that looks like that with just your camp ticked. Now you have to select wilderness. If you want to leave your barbing on as well, you can leave them both ticked, that's no problem. But I'm just going to select one because I have the camps and things set up as well, so I don't want it to be popping everything up. Now this is where, again, if you remember in the barbing tutorial I said you did not need this section here. This is where you do need it now because you're sending 2 waves. So 15 seconds between each attack, and that should read really each attack wave. You can set it really pretty much anything between 5 seconds and 25, 30 seconds. I leave it at 15, I think that's the default, I can't remember now. These are quite important as well. Attacking wilderness, this is the time between each attack. Now in 1 hour, that's how long it takes for the full set of traps and the full everything to reset in a barb and a wild. That's why the default value is 1 hour, so leave that as it is. These two don't really matter now because they're for transporting and cresting, etc. Everything else you can leave set up as it was before. These, again, same. And make sure you've got the right city that you've set it all up highlighted, which I have. I've got one. Just check, yes, I did change it to wilderness. So then you click save, and again you just click auto attack, and now it'll start cresting for you. It's sending out the first wave there to the coordinates of 92,275, and then in a few seconds it should pop up with the next wave, which should be the archers and ballistas. And there it is, it pops up, it fills it in for you, and it's sending it out to the same coordinates there. As you can see, the first wave will arrive in 2 minutes 55, and it's left a gap so that the archers don't arrive first and end up dying in the traps and what have you. And that's basically it. It sends out, you can see, it sends out as many waves as you have enough troops for, or rally point levels for, whichever runs out first. You can only send, don't forget, 9 marches at once, and that includes the militiamen wave and the archer wave. So for each attack you've got 2 waves, so you can only, if you want to attack from different cities, if you leave enough archers and troops of whatever you need for 5 attacks in each city, because as I say you can only send 2 waves out, which is 1 attack. So you can never send out more than 5 waves at once, even if you've got your rally point up to level 10. So divide all your troops by 5 cities if you've got enough for that, and then you can do it all 5 times quicker, or however many cities you've got times quicker. Okay, that's about it for that one. The messages that will appear, I'm not got any yet because it's not finished sending the first troops yet. But again, all you'll get in the cresting is a report. If you win a crest, you will see it underneath the, let me show you, oh, it's still sending them out. You will see it underneath the report. I haven't got any attack reports, but where it tells you what you've won on the left hand side, if you've won a crest, you will see it will say, it will just give you the name of the crest underneath it. What you can also do, I'm going to turn this off now. What you can also do is just click on your next city tab, and it will tell you there how many crests you have and how many you need. I just generally, I delete all the reports automatically because, like I said before, they can become hundreds and hundreds overnight. And that's, I just look at that, I don't bother with looking at the reports. I've got 1 there, 2 there, none there, so if I leave it auto cresting I'll know if I've won any because that number will change. Then they are randomly selected crests, but they do fall in a pattern. They fall roughly, I've read, 1 for every 18 attacks that you send. So even if it's one that you don't need, you can end up with, say there, Sir Arthur's crest. It wouldn't happen because they're quite rare, but what could happen is you might have 9 out of 4 there, and that will turn green saying that you've got it, but because you've not got the others, you still can't do it. So even if you can get too many, but don't delete them, don't do anything with them, just leave them, because you might find that you'll need them for later on. Or you can use them to reward knights, but again, that's another story. Right, so that's the auto cresting done. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will try to answer anything that you need to know. Alright.